All right, let's get into it. Hopefully you like the Rufus the Soul. I always hate when I get into these meetings and there's like no music and you have no idea what to do. It happens in our all hands all the time where we're all kind of just sitting around waiting for people to get in and people try to like break the ice with some silence. So we thought maybe some music would help spice it up a little bit. Perfect. Awesome. If anybody's seen them in person, I haven't seen them yet, but I've wanted to go in Miami and I heard like at the Red Rocks in Colorado, they're incredible. But a lot of fun. Well, let's get into it. So we're super excited to have you all in here. This, quite literally is the, biggest day in SwagUp history. And we're grateful to have you all here with us, whether you're customers or supporters or friends or prospective customers. We're excited to meet you, excited to share what we have coming. As I showed in the initial slide, these are very much uncharted waters for the swag and promotional products industry. And, ever since starting SwagUp, we've always sought to bring an outsider's perspective to the swag world. So, I didn't come from it. It's not like my dad has some printing business or swag business that was hand down and we kind of just like iterating on top of it, totally unfamiliar with the space when we started. And this is just one of the original pictures of me and some friends that lived locally in the town that I grew up in that helped us get started. And we were just scraping by just to kind of make a name for ourselves. Started out of my house. My mom was living with a boyfriend at the time, and we had some space in the house. We turned it into the warehouse. It was just like the classic kind of startup garagey story. But ever since starting, one of the things that stood out so much is how big of an industry branded merchandise is. In the U.S. alone, tens of billions, globally potentially 100 billion plus. For how big it is, how broken it was at the same time. It's constantly been an industry where customers I feel have been overpromised and under-delivered. It's a lot of false promises and then people behind the scenes trying to make it all happen. And nothing against companies in the space. We've gone through this. It's incredibly challenging to run these businesses. There's a lot of moving parts to it. But at the same time, there's a lot of modern technology that's been built and modern user experiences that have been built in other industries that we felt could be brought into this industry to transform the way that it operates. And I've always been a huge believer, even before SwagUp, that Swag is just an incredibly important tool. There's two sides of the fence. There's people that say, hey, Swag is just this needless kind of frivolous expense. Why should we do it? What's the ROI? Show me, show me, show me. Very data-driven kind of approach. But to me, I've always felt this intangible power of Swag. Whether you think about, getting accepted into the college that you've always wanted to go to, take Harvard and Princess Diana there, like, why is she wearing that sweatshirt? Like, she's proud to associate herself with it. She wants to be associated with the university. When you go to, you get onto a D1 football team or something, those college kids are wearing the Clemson, Nike tracksuits all over campus all day long because of how passionate they are. And I came across this tweet recently from Cody at a company called Trust and Will, and he was wearing his Trust and Will vest on an airplane. And the American airline flight attendant walked up to him and said, hey, like, I've been wanting to use your company or this company for so long. I'm sure she didn't even know who he was or what his association with the company is. But it just reiterates this point of, Swag builds these bonds in the physical world. It drives people to connect around common experiences. But the challenge with it overall is that managing it is a nightmare. And it has been a nightmare for a long time. We've talked to hundreds and thousands of different customers throughout the years. We've been visiting a lot of customers this year and talking to them. And the things that people go through to manage Swag logistics, and whether it's the CEO's wife holding everything in their garage and sending it on his behalf or her behalf, or, the storage closets overflowing with merchandise inside of their, offices. And it's always kind of dumped on somebody at the company who has a million different responsibilities, whether it's a EA, office manager, a head of people ops, a marketing leader, event marketing manager, people out in the field doing field marketing events. They have to just take on this new responsibility, and there's no real great tools and technology out there, and honestly, like, even great partners out there to help manage this process. And I'm sure there's people on this call that can relate with the feeling that this woman's feeling of kind of just dreading managing this process on an ongoing basis. But it doesn't really have to be that way. I mean, we set out to change this when we started the company in 2017. So for people who have been following the SwagUp journey, one of the first things that we did was we introduced the Swag Pack. So before SwagUp, there really wasn't a scalable process for building out and distributing branded swag packs or swag kits. It was something that was very niche that was happening behind the scenes with like some people ops teams kind of trying to figure out how to make it happen. But at this time in 2017, it really wasn't scaled. Like, there wasn't a lot of companies doing it yet. And there wasn't many, there really wasn't a service provider out there that can do it from end to end. There was companies that kind of said, hey, we do kitting as like a service line in our offering, but it really wasn't a purpose-built experience all around the logistics of both designing them, creating them, distributing them, and then managing that process on an ongoing basis. And that's really how we made a name for ourselves. The first positioning of SwagUp was always about swag packs made simple. And it really helped us, get a foot in the door with all of these really interesting companies over time. And working with these companies over time allowed us to just learn a lot more about what to build from a technology standpoint. The first couple of years of SwagUp, there really wasn't much of technology. It was really just kind of like learning from people, more of an agency style business. We're using some kind of bootstrappy, hacky tools on the backside. But 2 years into the journey, we introduced the first SwagUp dashboard platform and the API. So the dashboard was meant to get people out of emails. Lots of spreadsheets in this industry, a lot of emails back and forth with reps. I've seen email threads with 100, 150, 200 emails going back and forth over a multi-month process. And we're just like, hey, this isn't scalable. Like, we need to provide more tools and power into the hands of our customers and give them more visibility into the process. And that was the birth of the SwagUp dashboard. but also the API has been an important part of our business. One of the first things that we did once we launched our technology was we had an integration built with Rippling. It was the first native Swag integration with an HR system at the time, and it's gone on to be used by hundreds of different companies to help automate and the distribution of branded merchandise to new hires. And through those processes, again, it was just the start of this rapid cycle of learning. By 2022, obviously, we went through the pandemic. There was so much going on, so much volume, so many learnings. We had to move into new warehouses. But at the same time, we're still building technology. For people that have been using SwagUp for a while, one of the big innovations that we launched in the middle to end of 2022 was native redeem pages. So this allowed anybody who's a SwagUp customer to go in and build these beautiful landing pages that they can send out to their employees, send out to their customers, send out to their community. Put password protection or URL kind of cutting those URLs off once they're used. And this has gone on to help 2,000 plus companies automate multi-100,000 units worth of merchandise globally, and just make that process so much more streamlined. So along the way through that process, we became the 23rd fastest growing company in the US. We're the #1 fastest growing company in New Jersey, and we're the quickest company in this industry to get to $100 million worth of revenue. And it's just a testament of the relationships that we have with the customer base, with the dedication that we've had with solving some of these really complex, challenging problems in the space. But there's so much more that we're looking to do. We've really just scratched the surface when it comes to how we can innovate in this world. So today, as I said, it's a huge day in the history of SwagUp. We're building upon our legacy. Everything that we do is all about how do you eliminate friction in this process? How do you take steps out? How do you make it easier for people? I believe, generally speaking, that companies want to use branded merchandise and swag for much more use cases and much more reasons. But the challenge and the friction of getting up and running just makes it to where they end up not doing it. They say, hey, we'll do something else. Like, we don't have the time for this. I don't have the bandwidth to be working on this. And that's what we're always trying to do. How do we cut that out? How do we make swag a fun thing and not a laborious thing, essentially? So, from this point on, and we're excited to jump into it, managing swag's never going to be the same again. And today we're introducing SwagUp Shops. So SwagUp Shops allows any of our customers to create stunning swag shops in under 60 seconds. This is one of the most incredible features and platform functionalities that we've built up to this point. It's been one of the biggest requests for so long. Literally, I said it's been 3 years, 4 years of us wanting to do something like this. And we never wanted to jump into this if we didn't feel like we were providing a world-class experience that matched to the rest of what you've known from SwagUp. So we'll jump into a little launch video, and then we'll talk a little bit more about exactly what this means. Awesome. So one of the things that we talked about when we were marketing this event and the lead up to it was that something fast was coming. And that's one of the biggest things that we've been pushing towards with this launch, is just the simplicity. You'll see once we go through a demo here just how easy it is to get these built out, how beautiful they look out of the box, and how they're natively integrated with the entire SwagUp ecosystem of inventory and different products and redeem pages, et cetera. And we really wanted to make this as simple and slick and fast as possible. So before getting into the demo, just to kind of refresh people on what's the current state of swag shops, or what historically has been the state of swag shops out there and solutions. So number one, big minimums. There's a lot of vendors out there where they won't work with you. They don't want to build a storefront unless you're spending $50K, $100K, $200K, $500K, whatever it is, because they don't have scalable enough processes on the back end to manage this, with a bunch of different customers in a way that requires a lot of people to be involved. Second, months to go live. You might have had this experience with other vendors in the past, or maybe even us when we decided to try to manage this in an ad hoc way. It can take months to get these things up and running beyond the point where you decide, hey, I want to have a branded merch store, and then finally launch it to the customer base. Next up, massive build costs. These are, for many other companies in the space, these are custom coded development projects. These are, hey, let's get a Shopify site, let's get a WooCommerce site, whatever. Let's build all this custom functionality. Let's design all this custom functionality. And that's why you get these things like months to go live and big minimums. And at the same time, you're putting a lot of money up front into building these stores out, which, as you guys know, especially in this type of environment, it's just hard to get the buy-in across the company to making, that kind of investment. And then, next up, no control. One of the biggest frustrations that we've heard with other, with customers who have built out storefronts before in the past, they don't really control them. Everything has to go through an intermediary. Reach out to your rep. Hey, can you make this change? Can you add this product? Hey, can you give this person $50 to go shop? It just makes the entire process way more cumbersome than it needs to be. And lastly, and one of the things that we focus on a lot is just traditional swag shops out there are just typically pretty ugly. A lot of them are very stuck in the 1990s. They look like you were on the Amazon homepage from 1999 when Amazon had just recently gone public. And we've tried to make these as beautiful as possible. So with SwagUp, what does the future state look like, or what does the current state look like? One, no minimums. We don't mind if you want to put a shop up there with 5 t-shirts and 10 pairs of socks. Be our guest. Go for it. Again, we've empowered you all to have the capabilities in your hands to build these whenever you want, as many of them as you want, as quickly as you need. So we don't care about minimums. Next up, minutes to go live. We were talking about in the lead up again, build beautiful swag stores within 60 seconds. And honestly, if you're an existing customer and you've built one before, you can literally be up and running in 60 seconds, faster than you can brush your teeth, essentially. Next up, no build costs. There is no building. There's no developers and designers that need to be employed to get these up and running. You have the power to do it. And of course, our team is always around and available to assist. But again, we put the power in your hands. So there's no need for a build cost. And again, same here, full control. You want to make a change, you want to change the copy, you want to add a new product, you want to take a product off, you want to change the shipping rates, you want to change the pricing, you have the control to do it. And then lastly, as I said, stunning experiences. We really care about design and aesthetic in general. And we wanted to make sure that these were modern shopping experiences that your customers, your community, your employees are used to shopping. Especially, a lot of our customers are using these in external ways where, they have these incredible brands and they want to be looked at in a certain way at a very high level. And you can't have this disjointed experience where it's like, hey, the brand looks amazing, everything's crystal clear, the website looks cool. And then you go to the swag shop and it looks totally different. So we want to make sure that it's super simple to make stunning swag experiences. And again, just to kind of reiterate the ideology here is, the best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you, it just works. And that's what we're striving for. We take a lot of inspiration from Amazon, working backwards, having customer obsession. The best customer experience is the experience that just works, the experience that empowers the customer. And that's what we're striving for. So with that, let's jump into a demo. Would love to show you how it all works. This is going to be live in the SwagUp platform starting today, and we'll go over that at the end. But let's jump into it and see how simple this really is. So we're going to go to this tab here and go to the SwagUp platform. So if you've never been in the SwagUp platform before, basically it's an end-to-end swag management platform. You can do everything from designing the products, ordering them, getting them produced, storing the inventory, shipping it around the globe, managing those logistics on an ongoing basis, as well as these scalable ways to distribute merchandise like redeem, shops, integrations, which we'll get into a little bit here. So what you'll notice when you get into the SwagUp platform starting today is we have a banner here announcing the launch of shops, and you also have a new tab called shops. So we're going to go here, and this is the experience if you've never built one yet. We've got this empty state where you can kind of see some of the benefits, and we're just going to go straight into it and build our first store. So if you've built a redeem page, pretty similar. We're trying to keep this as simple as possible, but at the same time, we have much more plans to make these more and more robust. So let's call this the launch. I'm a terrible typer, by the way, which you'll come to know. I literally can't type. Launch event shop, and it's for the marketing account. We're going to add a banner up top that says free shipping on all orders, just to announce that. Then we're going to throw the SwagUp logo up in the top left of the page, and you'll be able to see this page being built in real time on the right to give you a preview. So we're going to go continue. So we allow you to change some of the high level theme settings. So you want to do a dark theme, you want to do a custom theme where you can completely change the background colors, the font colors, the accent colors, the button style, rounded or squared, and also change the footer and announcement bar. So I'm going to change this to white because we like the clean and crisp white stores. And then we're going to go with the footer color. We're going to use our blue here, 3577D4. That's going to change the footer and the announcement bar. We're going to keep Gilroy here, go to the next. And now this is where you get to change a little bit of the look and feel of the site. So we've got two beautiful layouts. You've got a side-by-side structure where you can put more of a squared rounded edges image on the right and content on the left, or you can do more of a full width, nice rounded edges, and then you can change the opacity to make it darker, lighter, and then change the text color so that it's visible. I'm going to go with the side-by-side. I just like that one a little bit better. I'm going to go here and we're going to put a new image on there because I like the astronaut, but I also like this other one a little bit better. So we're going to go with this. So now we've got this cool 3D image that we've created. The overlay. So what this does is it allows us to change the left side. So you can have, in the marketing, you saw that there was a couple where 2 colors on each side. We'll do something similar to that where you've got, different color on the side. Turquoise is not really our color, but we'll go with something a little bit more blue here. So we'll go with that. There you go. Hero text, we're going to say shop the launch store. And we're going to keep the font medium. I like that. I like the description. Buttons are cool. Shop now. Shop the swag. There you go. So super simple. We're going to continue. Last settings here you have is, do you want to have a contact email on the store? If people need help from your organization and need to reach out. So I'm just going to throw one of my emails in there. And then you also you're allowed to set the shipping parameters. So do you want to pass on SwagUp's rates at checkout? Do you want to add a markup on top of them? Or would you like to set custom rates where they're either free or you can set fixed rates per shipment? We're going to go with free because we launched it in saying that we're going to have free shops or free shipping. So we're going to stick with that. So now you're all set. And now the next step is to add products to the shop. So this is super simple. What this allows you to do is it brings you to your inventory view within the SwagUp platform, and you can add any of the items that you'd like to see in the shop. So we're going to add these paddle rackets here. We've got some tote bags. These mugs look cool. What else? This shirt, and you can see how much inventory you have at any given time. 1 pair of socks. So whoever, we'll send the link out afterwards. Somebody can grab the socks. So we'll stick with these 5 for now. So in real time, you'll see that those items have been added to the store. You're able to toggle the visibility on and off. You can see some of the stock announcements here. And then what we can do is edit some of the details here. So let's say I want to change up some of the details of this shirt. Maybe we don't want to call it the Tri-Blend Unisex tee because that's what SwagUp calls it. We're going to call it the OG SwagUp tee or something. Maybe it's like a design that we've been giving every employee. You've also have the ability to make it a featured item. So within the main screen, you've got all products and featured products. So I'm just going to skip that for now. You could change the description, and you can also set the pricing here. The pricing is based on our catalog rates of 100 units, but you can set these to whatever you'd like. You can also add more pictures. So let's say your team starts receiving items, they're wearing the shirt, and you want to show their images. We can show those here. I'm going to put in, it's not the same exact shirt, but just to give you a sense, an image of this guy wearing one of our crew neck sweatshirts. So we're going to save it, and we're good to go. So I'll show you what the actual store itself looks like. So when we're in the share tab here, you've got the URL to the store, and we're going to open it up in a new screen here, and we're going to share this tab instead. So there you go. Within seconds, literally, or minutes, I guess, the storefronts were built out and they look really amazing. So you've got the colors on the top, as you said, the image that we uploaded, the copy, and then you have this beautiful store that looks like, you know, one of the e-commerce shops that you'd be shopping from in your own day-to-day life. You can go into the products and see all the details. You can zoom in on them, add them to the cart. We're going to add it to the cart here, and you can change the quantity, everything you'd come to expect from a great e-commerce experience. And then when you're checking out, what we've done is enabled people to give out gift cards and credits to their employees, to their customers, to their community to shop with. So you can use credit card, you can use store credits, you can use a combination of both. And I'll show you how that process actually happens. So if we go back to the store, you've got a few tabs here. Orders is where you're going to see all the orders coming through. There's emails for all of these things. Products is where you can manage the products in the store. Customers is where you can manage accounts that you want to invite, employees that you want to invite. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a customer. And you've got a few ways you can do this. You can upload a CSV of a bunch of employees, a bunch of community members, a bunch of customers. You can type them in one by one, or you can add them from your existing account book from SwagUp. So I'm going to see if I'm in here somewhere so that we can invite myself. We'll go there. Add selected contacts. And then when you add a contact to the storefront, what you can do here is you can give a gift to them at that moment. You can give them 50, 100, 200. You can type in a custom amount, or you can just create the customer and send them the gift later. So I'm going to send them, I'm just going to create the customer now. It's going to go to my email. So let's go to my email here. We're going to share this tab instead. And essentially what ends up happening is you'll get an email immediately as the shopper. And you can see that you've been invited to the launch event shop from SwagUp, and then I can go in here and activate my account. So as a customer activating account, you'll be able to go in and have a profile when you're shopping. So I'll show you what that looks like a bit here. We'll go to this other shop real quick, and I'll show you the account balances for some of the different shoppers here. So this is an example of where a fully fleshed out store that has orders, that has customers, that has payouts. So what you'll see is, me here, Michael at SwagUp and Em at SwagUp, I currently have an account balance of $620. So if I log into this store, I'll be able to purchase with that account balance. And then at any given time, let's say it's my birthday, it's my anniversary, whatever it is, I can go to Michael, I can add funds to him. I could say, hey, Michael, I want to send you $20 and I want to leave you a little message. Hey, great work with the launch this week. So basically you're getting into this world of employee engagement, sales enablement, all these types of things, inside of this same SwagUp platform here. So I'm going to add the funds to the customer, and now Michael's going to get an email saying, hey, you've been gifted another $20, to the store, and you'll be able to see that. So we'll go into my email here, and you'll see a little example. Hey, Michael, the featured store has a gift for you. Credits have been added, and you can see the message from the sender. So, and you also have a gift card that's dynamically created that has the logo of the store and the amount of the gift that they're getting. So super powerful functionality. A lot more that can be done with that, whether you're, this is for events, this is for teams, this is for employees, this is for community. One more thing that we'll show here on the storefronts is the concept of payouts. So if you've ever built a Shopify store, if you've ever had a side business using Stripe, whatever it is, when you're collecting cash, there's some sort of payout. They hold the cash, there's some sort of fee, they send it back to you, all that kind of stuff. So what you'll see here is every week that you have orders, we're going to group all those orders together as a payout. And you have full visibility into this. Your finance team can see it. So right now we have an upcoming payout. The payout date is February 14th. And you can see, okay, so here's how much sales were made. Here's the sales tax. Here's the transaction fee. This is where it's going. It's going to go to your swag card balance. And you can see every order that has been associated with that payout so that you have, details and history of why that's happening. So really that's what we have right now. We're super excited about it. Storefronts are incredibly powerful. They've been, something that people have been asking for an incredible amount of time. And we're really happy with how they've come out here we'll jump back into the presentation, and I know there's a ton of questions, and we'll get to it. Amanda will help us, talk through it. But just to wrap up a little bit, so what else is coming? We've got 100+ integrations coming. So whether it's Bamboo HR, Rippling, JustWorks, Salesforce, HubSpot, Marketo, whatever it is that you guys are using, we have integrations coming that allow you to automatically trigger, shop links and gift cards to be sent on their birthdays, when they're a new hire, when they join the community, whatever is happening in your system. We'll check out on Kajabi. But really what we're trying to do here is totally automate workflows, something that you don't need to go in here and be doing things and pressing things, just things that can be happening on an ongoing basis, and really treating this more of an ongoing employee engagement tool, more of an ongoing marketing and sales enablement tool versus the transactional nature of coming in here and doing things as you need it. Paycom will be on there, and we can share the full list of all, and we'll also prioritize the ones that people need sooner rather than later. So what are you actually getting with SwagUp stores, with SwagUp shops? So it's really 3 really powerful things in one spot. You've got robust e-commerce. Obviously we're not building every single thing that something like a Shopify has done or a WooCommerce has done, but we've built enterprise grade e-commerce capabilities right inside of the SwagUp platform. The next thing is we talked about recognition and gifting. So the ability to give out dollars, the ability to give out credits, having emails for that, being able to integrate that with your systems. This is a very powerful recognition and gifting tool and platform. And then lastly, you're mapping this together with our native in-house swag logistics. What you've come to know us for, all the inventory management, distribution, global logistics, everything that we vertically integrate and control ourselves. We run our own warehousing. We touch all the products. We quality check all the process, and everything is connected through one simple interface. So these things on their own could be very expensive platforms, very big contracts, all these things. So how are we thinking about it? So this is what we've decided to do here. SwagUp shops will be free for all gold and platinum members at SwagUp. So if you're not aware of the SwagUp memberships, we built SwagUp memberships all around the concept of Amazon Prime, Costco memberships. They really pay for themselves. We've had customers make over $100,000 a year in benefits, like real cash and cash back, and savings on shipping and storage, all these things. They end up paying for themselves. And we're just adding more and more value now to those memberships. So now any of our existing gold or platinum members, you'll have shops right out of the box. If you're not on a gold or platinum membership, you'll be able to start building these shops anyway, no matter what. You just won't be able to turn them on live just yet, but you can start getting a sense of the experience, start talking about it internally. What we will do is there's a per order transaction fee only for credit card transactions. So similar to what you would expect from any other type of e-commerce platform, we're also handling the sales tax and all those logistics. So there's a service fee basically to cover that. And you can easily increase the price of products on your site to cover that. And then, like I said, the last one is that the credit functionality and recognition is part of the platinum membership. 2 exciting launch offers that we're doing. So we're really trying to get as many people on board as quick as possible. We want to get the feedback. We want to see it out in the world. So what we're doing is you're getting 2x the membership benefits on initial inventory buys for the store between now and the end of March. So if you're going to stock up for the year with 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever it is, there's no minimum, but we're giving you 2 times the membership benefits. So if you're on a platinum membership, that's 10% off the products. That's free storage. That's 8% back almost from a rebate standpoint. There's a lot of reasons and a lot of benefits for that. And then the other one too is if you upgrade your membership, we're going to give you an extra 6 months for the price of 12. So you get 18 months for the price of 12. And just to wrap up, this truly makes us the only end-to-end swag management platform. We control every single piece of the equation when it comes to our platform. It's our warehousing, it's our technology, it's our people, it's our shop platform. We're the true only end-to-end swag management platform, and we're super, super excited about it. And to be very honest, we're just scratching the surface. It took a while to get here. And there's so much more that we want to do. There's things that have never been done before in the industry, reinventing the way that companies buy and distribute these items. And we're super excited to continue to share these things with you all. So with that, hopefully I kept your attention till the very end. Around 12:45, 1 p.m., you'll see all this live inside of the SwagUp platform. There's a swagup.com/shops landing page that will be live that you can go through and learn all about this stuff. And we're super excited to share this with you. So with that, happy to take questions. Amanda, maybe you can help orchestrate some of the different questions. I saw that there was a bunch in there. And feel free to keep shooting them over here if you'd like. So. And yeah, our team's available. Obviously, if you're a SwagUp account, you've got a dedicated account executive. Matt, our CRO, is in here communicating with everybody, but also happy to take questions on here as well. I'll go through some of the ones from the beginning to see which ones haven't been answered. So we've got, let's see, what customers, oh, no, that's not a question. Love it. Slick. Cool stuff, guys. Who needs typing skills? Yeah, I'm just an off typer. I think it's just part of the generation of texting and it not really mattering. Yep, looks just like redeem page setup. We tried to keep it as simple as possible, but at the same time, we've also built it in a very robust way where you can add different sections similar to what you would expect from like a Shopify, which will come out with more control over these. Can we trade accounts? Lots of Yetis. Yeah, sure. We'll send you one afterwards. Matt, just get Ashton's contact and we'll send some stuff. I accept donations. Abby said, not sure if I missed it, but will a recording be shared? 100%. We'll share a recording. It'll also be on our YouTube channel if you ever want to get it. Question for the SwagUp team. Matt answered it, possibly through redeem pages, but is there a way to do a swag shop with 2 to 3 gift options? The offer would be to our users as an incentive for attending a meeting, allowing them to select a gift. Yep, that's exactly how redeem pages work with SwagUp. They're meant to be more of a purpose-built, kind of less feature-rich experience where you just kind of want to guide people to an easy decision. Hey, do you want to put your information in? Do you want to pick a couple items, put your size, all that stuff? You don't need the whole shopping experience. They can't buy stuff beyond the limitations. But redeem and shops together make a really powerful combination. And given that they're all on the same platform, you can have a product that is both in a redeem page and in a shop and simultaneously being used. It's not where you have to, sequester it just for this experience. You can leverage your inventory however you'd like. Let's see what else we have. Dan is amazing. Yes, Dan's been with us for about 5 years, so he knows the ins and outs of SwagUp probably better than I do. Is there a way to bulk credit contacts? If we wanted to reward everyone that attended a webinar, for example, rather than going one by one? 100%. So when you're in that customer view, which I'll just go into here just to make it simple, we'll share this tab. So if you go to the customer view, there's an add customer list right here or view. And what you have is this ability to add new customers, and you can upload a CSV. We tell you the format it needs to be in for now, just to make it simpler. But I'll put in this sample CSV. I've got 5 contacts, and right away it recognizes that I have 5 people that I want to invite as a customer. If I put no value in, it's just going to invite them to shop, or I can put the dollar amount. So you can do hundreds, thousands, just a handful. And again, the integrations are coming as well. So you'll be able to have integrations just automatically doing this. So if they fill out a type form or they do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you want to trigger, we can also handle it that way as well. Then we're just talking about integrations. You got Kajabi, Lucidchart, Paycom. As I said, the initial tranche of integrations first will be HR. There's about 60 platforms. And if you know the HR world, like that's kind of like all of them, whether it's Workday or JustWorks or Bamboo or whatever it is, we pretty much have them all covered. And then after that, based on demand, we'll decide which is the next categories we want to launch, whether that's CRM, whether that's marketing automation, whether that's subscription services like Stripe and ChargeBee and others like that. Abby from Mercy Ships had a question here. What would the cost be if we have a silver membership? So again, for the time being, as part of this launch, we're making it part of the gold and platinum memberships, and we're just making it very compelling to make the move onto those because you're going to be getting extra 6 months free. You're getting 2 times the benefit when you place an order for the shop. So the difference between silver and gold is like $1,000 a year, or $5,000 a year. Platinum is $9,600. But again, if you order, let's say $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of merchandise a year, you end up covering the cost of those memberships. And the great thing about platinum and why it's aligned really well to the stores is you don't pay storage fees with us. So if you have all these products in the store, you don't have to worry about how long it takes for them to get sold because you're not paying the storage fees. So that's another huge benefit. And like I said, we have big customers on these memberships that are paying $9,600 to save hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thank you. Great job. Let's see what else we got here. I understand this is phase 1, but do you foresee the ability to add promo codes into version 2.0? 100%. I mean, we worked really hard to get this built. I mean, the team was, Enrique on our team, Mariella, Miguel, Dennis, Daniela, everybody, on the team worked incredibly hard, and we wanted to get it out though as quickly as possible and as soon as possible, but making sure it was robust enough from a phase 1 standpoint. But this is very much just the beginning. We want to hear what people are saying first and foremost, and kind of connect the dots of where the commonalities are, what are the biggest things that continue to come up, and then we'll prioritize the roadmap accordingly. But yeah, promo codes for sure. If you just want to do discounts and not give them just dollar amounts. So as you start using this, we're going to be monitoring how many people are using it, which accounts. Definitely bring your feedback to either me directly. I'm Michael@SwagUp.com. Your AEs, we have a very tight feedback loop internally where we talk about these things together. So happy to hear the feedback along the way. Next one here, question, would it be possible to have a temporary shop? Let's say that at the end of the year for the holidays, if we have the silver membership but only want to do it for the holiday gifts, would there be an option to have a temporary store, and what would the cost be? Again, from a pricing model and availability, we'll innovate over time. From a temporal standpoint, you can make as many shops as you want. You can make one, again, they're very quick to make. You can make one and get it off within a day, 2 days, a month, whatever. You can have hundreds of shops running at the same time for all these different use cases. So that's not an issue. When it comes to allowing non-gold and platinum, accounts to have, more short-term shops, it's definitely something that we can look into. I think ultimately speaking, we want all of our members to have access to stores, but as this initial launch, we're very much focused on getting, getting the best experience possible, not overwhelming the team with it. But at the same time, we think that the gold and platinum membership benefits really intertwine well with the shop benefits. So there's a chance that we don't make it available, but we think that just the amount of value in those plans is really, really strong. Really impressive product. Thank you so much, Ern. Matt, I'm not going to talk to you because I could talk to you anytime. Michael, can we talk to multiple shops? I think we just got through that. So happy to address any other questions. We got a few more minutes. As I said, we truly believe that swag management will never be the same again. There's so many use cases for stores when you really think about it. It's not just, hey, we want to have an employee store internally so that our team can go in and buy like an extra hat or buy a Christmas gift for their family or something. There's also a very deep use case around just internal swag logistics. So what we've already been seeing other companies doing in the beta period here is giving their budgets for the quarter or for the year to different teams, saying, hey, marketing team, you have $10,000, sales team, you have $10,000, HR, you've got $20,000, and just go into the storefront whenever you need and order as you need it. And then they can keep track of those budgets on an ongoing basis versus just like the individual that just wants to buy the shirt. There's also a lot of use cases externally around, whether you're Notion and you have this global community of template creators and advocates for the brand, and you want to reward them, or sales engagement. After you get on a call with a customer, you go visit their office, or you met somebody at a conference, send them to the store, give them a gift, let them go pick something, and use that as a way to follow up on an ongoing basis. So there's a ton more to come here. There's a lot of creative ways that you can leverage stores and shops to kind of solve different business challenges and problems. And this is very much just the beginning of what we want to see from a functionality and capability standpoint. So I see some more questions here actually in the Q&A section. Lexi said, so we have to purchase the items we want to have in the store ahead of time stock ups. It looks like there's been some comments back. But yes, so they're not on-demand stores. We fulfill on an ongoing basis as needed. But it also doesn't mean that you have to have big minimums. As I said, you want 25 shirts, you want 15 hats, you want 50 notebooks. That's totally fine. To start up a store with, you don't have to have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. We just generally do not get involved in on-demand production of products just because we're just not good at it yet. It's not something that we've built an expertise around and want to go to market with it in a way that would be suboptimal for our customers. But we do see the need, and we're going to monitor, as I said, the feedback along the way to understand what the what people are looking for. But definitely open to talk about that in more detail to see how you're looking to set that up. What else do we have here? I think that's it. I mean, as the marketing team said here, we're going to be putting out a lot of blogs around how to use this stuff. So, different use cases, different ideas, how we're seeing other companies using it. We also just want to, like I said, we've been visiting a lot of customers in person. So if you're interested in meeting with us and talking in more detail, we'd love to come by your office. The team has been traveling a lot. We'd love to walk you through it. We'd love to walk other people from your company through it. We actually were just in San Francisco at one of our customers' office, and we had over 150 people show up to learn more about SwagUp and the capabilities and the platform. So we'd love the opportunity to get in front of the rest of the team and share what we have coming up. As I said, there's a lot more coming up. So thank you, Ashton. Cool. Any other questions here? All right. Jenna said, what do you recommend is a good number of items to start a store, and what items do you foresee selling best? So when we, as Amanda said on the marketing side, we've got a lot of content coming out about what you should stock the store up, how you should use it. So we have on the landing page, swagup.com/shops. It might be live right now. If not, it'll be live at 1 p.m. There's a section at the bottom that has a lookbook of our favorite items. So we've put together a deck with a bunch of different items that we like and we think are going to be very popular on the store. And as I said, like you're not stuck with what you put in there. You can start small. You can start with 3 items. You can start with 4 items, see what people like, or you can do more. I think somewhere in the 6 to 10 range from a product standpoint is a good place to start and kind of give people some optionality, and then see what the volume is and make some adjustments. But again, we're happy to work with you on that. And your AEs can come up with ideas, but we've also put content together specifically for that. All right, Kate, you said, does it still take the standard 3 to 4 week production time for the items you've put in your store to be active and ready to ship? For example, if I built and launched the store tomorrow, how long before the items would actually be available and ready to ship? So, if you do have inventory already, you can start the shop right now. You can put items that you already have. For example, I could put SwagUp marketing items in the account, send the link to you all here, and you'll be off to the races, ready to go, start shipping. If you're placing a new inventory purchase, I mean, it still takes time, 2, 3, plus or minus weeks to get the inventory ready. We are exploring the option to do like pre-sales or back orders so that you can still have the shop accepting orders while the production is happening. And then those orders will just immediately go out once the production is complete. But for the time being, it's more based on your inventory. If you have items ready to go, you can launch the shop right now in the next 5 minutes, or you can wait until the products are available. But again, those are all things that we want to think about innovating on in terms of, making it lower friction to get started. Matt, you've got it. Will shops be available as a separate option? Matt's the guy to talk to on this, to be honest. He's our CRO. He really leads the pricing and packaging of these things. And again, we're in an exploratory phase. We want to hear the feedback. We want to, we'll make adjustments along the way. But we're really, we've been moving more and more towards these deeper relationships with our members, and it's worked really well for the members that have signed up. Cool. Anybody else? We'll do for the 72 people still here, we'll do a little competition. The first person that sends me their first order on a store to my email, Michael@SwagUp, will have a special prize for it. So you launch a shop, you get somebody to order, not yourself ideally, send me a screenshot, we'll send you something really cool. So for the 71 people still here, that's the benefit of staying till the end. We'd love to see these out in the wild. If you have links that you want to share, we'd love to share kind of the designs with other companies, show them some inspiration, share with our team internally, especially the people that built it. It's really gratifying to be able to see your work out there in the real world. So, definitely share with us these things. And then Matt, Sean, we'll talk to you. Sweet. Cool. All right, everybody. If no more questions, feel free to reach out. Like I said, Michael@swagup.com. These are going to be live starting today. If you're already on that membership, go for it. If you're not, you can still build it, and you don't need to have a membership to build them. You just need one to set them live, as I said. And we're really excited to see these out in the wild and helping make this process just a lot more scalable and streamlined for y'all. So thanks for coming. It was a lot of fun, and we will see you on the next one. There's a lot more coming.